It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Heat wave focus shift from the mid-Atlantic to portions of the southeast and southern plains. There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms over portions of the northern high plains and severe thunderstorms for portions of the upper Midwest. Closer to home, with moisture lingering across the area and temperatures on the rise, we're going to continue to have daily chances for showers and storms over the mountains, with better rain chances for the lowlands later this week. Temperatures are going to start out very hot to start the week, but should come down a few degrees by the end of the week. Tomorrow is going to be the hottest day of the week. We're going to have another look at the weather following this news. The South Fork fire is over 17,500 acres and 37% contained. The Salt Fire is 7% contained and stands over 7,800 acres. 3 deaths can now be confirmed. The FBI is offering a reward up to $10,000 for information leading up to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for starting these fires. If you have any information concerning this case, please contact the FBI, 800-CALL-FBI. Highway 70 has now reopened from Mescalero to Ruidoso. Access into Ruidoso is authorized for Ruidoso residents only. Mescalero residents that have been evacuated are now being allowed to return to their homes. The village of Ruidoso moves towards re-entry for residents this morning at 8 a.m. Incidentally, Ruidoso Downs has reopened as well. So we're getting that done in a temporary fashion because a lot of folks are going to be coming to town. As we said earlier, they will have nowhere else to go. They're out of money, they're out of time, their emotions are shot. There are no entries and exclusion zones that are not accessible to residents. These areas are currently considered crime scenes. FEMA Director Deanne Criswell explained on Saturday that this will not be a return to normal.
What that will provide immediately is we have things like displacement assistance, so costs that were incurred if you were evacuated and you had to pay for some place to stay, or if you go back and your home has had some damage but you lost all your food and so forth, it'll cover some of those immediate needs. But the first step is to get into the system and to get registered.
Reopening is for full-time residents only. Folks with a second home in Ruidoso and tourists are asked to please stay away. As a result of the fires and damages in Ruidoso and Mescalero, there will be no pup date from Animal Village NM this week. But feel free to continue to help, as Sunny is busy helping feed as many stray and lost pets in the affected areas. AnimalVillageNM.org. The Alamo Senior Center resumes regular service hours beginning today. Regular hours are 8 to 4. Activities, services, entertainment, socialization, and the like resume today, but the activity room and classrooms will remain closed until further notice. The Alamogordo City Commission's regular meeting takes place tomorrow evening at 6:30 at the Commission chambers. There's lots of new business to discuss, including the 2024 fireworks display. The Republican Party of Otero County's monthly meeting is Thursday at 6 p.m. at the new headquarters located inside White Sands Mall. Keynote speakers include John Henry, candidate for state rep, and rancher Darrell Brown. This is also a potluck, so bring your best dish. The City of Alamogordo's Fourth Friday happens this Friday and will take place at Washington Park. Be advised, Fourth Friday are alcohol-free this year. There will be food and craft vendors, fun inflatables, and more, so bring a chair or blanket and the whole family. Music provided by the Sunset 915 Band. Entry is free. The outdoor watering schedule is in full effect for the City of Alamogordo. If your house number ends in 1357 or 9, you may water your lawn on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If your house number ends in 0246 or 8, you may water on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. All watering must take place before 9 a.m. and after 6 p.m. We also heard from Tularosa Mayor Debbie Cooksey, who shared the village's similar schedule.
So our watering schedule for right now is the odd members water on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. The even members water on Tuesdays, Thursday, and Sunday, and nobody waters on Monday.
Cooksey also shared why the schedule is needed.
Well, we don't use as much water. I mean, I know we get our water from the creek, and everybody thinks that we have tons of water, but as you well know, if you've done any studies or heard any people talk about it, our creek is going down, decreasing in water every year. So we're trying to do this to keep our water. That's the main purpose of it. You know, New Mexico water is gold. If you got water, you're rich. And we're trying to keep our village, running with, and if we can conserve water, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
If someone is caught not abiding by the water schedule, that individual could be fined. News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Las Cruces police are investigating 2 separate double homicides, which took place in less than 12 hours yesterday. The first incident occurred around 12:30 a.m. A 26-year-old man and 23-year-old woman were shot while inside of a vehicle. The male victim died at the scene. The female was transported to a local hospital, but she also succumbed to her injuries. The second incident happened around 11 a.m. Police say officers went to a home and found 2 men dead at the scene. A 45-year-old man has been detained but has not yet been charged with this incident. New Mexico State Police say they're currently investigating a shooting which involved the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department. A call was placed in reference to a shoplifting at the Family Dollar store in Capitan around 1 p.m. on Saturday. Victor Herrera and Maggie Mondragon were in a stolen vehicle, but were pulled over on Highway 380. Herrera and Mondragon then tried to run on foot. Mondragon was apprehended, but Herrera was able to get away. 3.5 hours later, Herrera stole a white Ford truck and was located by Lincoln County Sheriff deputies. State police say they used spike stripes to stop him, but he drove around them. That's when state police say a deputy fired 1 shot. Herrera was arrested and taken to the hospital with minor injuries. No officers were injured. Herrera has been charged with unlawful taking of a motor vehicle and aggravated fleeing a law enforcement officer. A verdict has been reached in the trial of the first parent charged under Benny's Law in New Mexico. That's the law that holds gun owners responsible if a child gets a hold of their gun. William Brown is the father of Porfirio Brown, who's been accused of shooting and killing a 13-year-old girl with his father's gun. During the trial, officers testified that they saw multiple guns laying out in the open inside of William's home while serving a search warrant, but the revolver used in the shooting was not found. The prosecution pointed out that the revolver ammo found in his home did not match any gun found. William testified that the revolver was in Carlsbad at the time of the shooting. On Friday, the jury found William not guilty of negligently making a firearm accessible to a minor. Now, I have not covered this next story because, well, to be honest, it came as no surprise to me. I said from day one that the baby boxes were a bad idea. But the controversial baby boxes continue to raise more red flags. The originally stated purpose was to allow mothers of newborns to anonymously surrender their child. But according to Monica Kelsey, the founder of Safe Haven Baby Boxes, that is not the case in New Mexico. Kelsey took to TikTok and says that CYFD is searching for the parents and families of each baby. And this has been going on in the Land of Enchantment since day one.
CYFD from New Mexico, why are you looking for the parents? What the hell are you doing? The baby box works because it's anonymous. Because no one sees who placed this baby in this box. Why are you going out and looking for this parent? I learned of this from an investigator who is investigating this parent, which is complete bullshit. CYFD, you need to stay in your lane.
I do agree with her there, but likely not in the same manner. Anyway, why is the state looking for the mother?
The investigator stated that they're looking for the parent so they can check to see if any of her family wants the infant. What if she's running from her family because her family's a bunch of alcoholics or druggies or just bad people?
And what if they're not? You might be jumping to conclusions. What if the father and grandparents were not given options? And this is not just for one case. Kelsey submitted a Freedom of Information request and read what investigators were looking for in the Hobbs surrender.
All Eagle footage from and including Stanolind Road, west and east, and through John Harvey Boulevard, west and east, as of 9/23/23 from noon to 1. I also need video footage off the camera located on the northwest corner of the Fire Station 1, located at 301 East White Street in Hobbs, from 12 to 1 as well.
Hobbs looked into if that information had to be surrendered to the state. You know, the state that called these boxes a triumph, calling anonymity a big win. But the IPRA from CYFD demanded all security camera footage and body cam footage regarding the baby. Why?
When CYFD was contacted as to the reason for this request, it was conveyed that CYFD intended on using the footage to identify the mother and the father who left the child. It was also conveyed that if the person was identified, they would be required to appear in children's court to determine the disposition of the child.
Breaking news, the government lied. Film at 11.
You don't say!
Hobbs did provide the police reports, but did not provide the videos in question. CYFD Secretary Teresa Casados did explain more about the reasons behind the searches.
CYFD is not doing an investigation to in any way criminalize or prosecute anyone. Our investigation really is just to make sure that any efforts that we're making to locate the mother are to make sure that she is safe.
Now, I'm a product of the New Mexico public school system, so maybe I misunderstand the word anonymous. Or, local leaders advertised a place to surrender your child with no questions asked, while CYFD would not or did not make that promise. Are there any other reasons?
If in fact the infant is a native child, and if so, we need to notify the nation, tribes, and pueblos and ensure that we're following the placement preferences that we have for native children.
So, does the mother have rights or does she not? That's the question here now, right? Lawmakers such as Republican Representative Gail Armstrong of Magdalena tried to get legislation passed to fix the issue through the roundhouse. She drafted legislation that would keep CYFD from investigating a surrender unless the infant had bruises or injuries.
My legislation would be a quick fix, but it wouldn't be a total fix.
That proposal went absolutely nowhere. I'm going to keep digging on this story, and I'm going to let you know more as I learn more. Weather's next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, Sunny Harris with Animal Village NM. We all know that most pets are terrified during evacuations, so please keep your pets safe inside your home so they don't escape. Don't let your dog or cat be one of millions who will escape in fear and end up dead or in animal control facilities during fire season, which will quickly overflow and start euthanizing to make space. Contact your city administration office in advance in case you have to be evacuated. Find out who's taking in families with their pets during fires. Prepare your vehicle with room for your cat and dog crates. Have your blankets, water, food for you and your pets packed, and clothing packed and ready. Have your pet crates ready by the door, and give your pets CBD or other calming medications ahead of time to make it easy to load them and evacuate with them immediately. This is an emergency message from Animal Village NM.
Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting as high as 11 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, sunny and hot tomorrow with a 20% chance of showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 11 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin, 97, low tonight of 75, high tomorrow, 101. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies today with a 20% chance of showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 12 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight with winds gusting as high as 11, mostly sunny tomorrow with a 50% chance of showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 12. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 75, low tonight of 56, high tomorrow, 79 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.